What is up? Welcome to the Hypothetical Comedy Podcast. I am Funky Sam Medina,
And I am Athena Rodriguez.
and we're here with comedian Miles Weber. How's it going, Miles?
Hi. Oh, I'm Peachy. How are you guys?
Ah, peachy as well.
Swell, even.
You swell.
Swell.
Swell. It's good to
Mhm.
be swell, but bad to be swollen.
Inflammated. Like,
Yeah, that's never what anybody means when they're like, "I'm really swell."
Like, oh yeah, I see the knees
Yeah,
been acting up again.
but
highly
how
rated.
positive would the talks in the doctor's office be then? Like, doctor, you got to get in here. She's really swell.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Well,
that's fun.
we're not swell. Yeah, swell. We're swell.
It's
Hell
good. It's
yeah.
good. I'm glad you guys are an old-timey adjective. That makes me happy.
Hell yeah. So
Uh,
Miles, you're kind of been traveling around a lot recently. How's the travels been going?
yes. It's been going good. This has been kind of like the first stretch on the road, and my family got to go with me. So I got to take my
That's
wife and
that's
my
awesome.
now 20-month-old. We were out on the road for probably like 2 weeks, I want to say, about 2 weeks, or maybe just a day or two under. And I went through Texas. We have family out there, and then I was doing shows in Austin and Braunfels, and then we relocated from one family to the next in Houston for a few days, and so just spent like a few days here, a few days here, did a show or two in that area each time. Then went to Albuquerque, saw friends there, did a show there. Then went to Colorado, stayed with friends for like 4 days there, and did a show there, and then 2 day trek home to from Colorado back to NorCal. It was about an 18-hour drive, but I mean, that's you gotta split that up into 2 9 hours
Yeah.
with a toddler in the back.
Yeah.
So yeah, that had its challenges for sure, but I mean, having them there was really dope. So that was a lot of fun, and the shows were great. The shows were fun as well. But I feel like the thing that was very new was family road trip, get everybody together and let's
Yeah.
figure it all out over and over and over again. And so yeah, no, it was a lot of work, but it was very fun. It was very satisfying to be able to have them with me.
That's awesome. I love that you're
Yeah.
able to just kind of bounce from from friends to friends to family and then back home again. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, right? Yeah. Now I'm very fortunate to where I'm in a situation where I might be able to alternate between 4 cities in Texas every year, so that way we could just try and go out there twice a year. I'm going back in December around Christmas weekend. I'm going to be at Dallas Comedy Club, so we're going to do the weekend there and then bounce from family to family again in December and then fly back. So, yeah, it's
That's
uh
great.
it's nice. It's nice to be like, "Oh, I want to go to that place. Oh, I'll work there, I guess." And
Yeah, exactly.
so I'll just do that. It's very strange to be in a place to do that, but it also took like 15 years to get to this point where I apparently, I guess, can do that.
That's
So it's
awesome
strange.
though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just plan it out, but like, oh, we're gonna go for vacation.
Yeah.
Just book some shows. Hell yeah,
I
me
mean,
too.
yeah, well, that's kind of the next fantasy is I've got a small, at least a small following in like Australia and the UK. And so it's like, they're like, come out here. And I'm like, I'd love to. So let me
Oh
figure
wow.
out how to do that. That might be a tall ask though for the whole family going, because that's just like Robin was not a fan the one time he had mom in the plane. And yeah, they took the plane out to Texas there, and she was like, "We're driving back with you." I
I'd
am
rather
not.
drive with them for 18 hours than fly.
Yeah, she's like, "I am not dealing with that alone
Oh
again.
wow.
Absolutely not." So, yeah, we're gonna have to figure it out in December. But
That's cool though. Hell yeah.
yeah,
We when we got married, we went to Hawaii and I hit up
yeah,
some people when I got us on a show. I mean, we don't have a following out there or anything, but it was super cool to be able to like we're going somewhere, let's get on
yep.
some shows and make it happen.
Yep. Yeah, that's the good thing about our job is it's everywhere pretty much. So
Yeah.
you can just go through the Rolodex of comics, but hey, do you know anybody that books out here? Actually, I do. So yeah, and you're not a dick, so I will happily refer you to this person.
Sure.
So yeah, no, it's definitely a cool side effect of the job for sure.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, that's super
Yeah.
cool. That's super cool. So you where you, I know you do the joke, the LOL 707. Where are
Yeah.
you from? Vallejo? Where are you from originally?
Specifically where I'm from, Vallejo, and I am living in Vallejo again.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So it's weird. I'm living in a complex in Vallejo. I remember pretty close to when it was kind of like a thing, like when it got built when I was a kid. Yeah. And
Wow.
so it's just like, oh man, that's the fancy part of Vallejo because it's gated.
It's a very nice, it's a very nice area.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh man, that's pretty cool. And now we're renting a spot here in Vallejo. Yeah, with the fam. So yeah, we've bounced around a lot. I mean, I was born and raised in Vallejo, and then Heather and I moved to LA for a couple years. Then we moved to Vacaville for like 3 or 4 years. We lived in Sacramento for a couple years, and then we lived in Vegas for 3 years, and then we just moved back to Vallejo all over again.
Nice.
So yeah, no, we've definitely gotten around to a lot of different spots of NorCal, randomly Vegas one time, and then Vegas for the pandemic, really, because we moved there at the end of 2019, and
Okay.
so yeah, we were basically there for the pandemic more than anything else.
Well, in Vegas, I
Um,
feel like you can't leave your house anyways because it's too hot. So if you're gonna be stuck somewhere, you might as well be stuck there.
that's the thing. Right now, it is Bay Area, California hot,
Yeah, I
and
know.
that's
Yeah.
where it's like, oh no, I got to turn on the fan and open a window and fan my face with my hand, and that's gonna be plenty. Yeah, no, I think Heather's in Washington right now, and she said it was like 100 up there. So even up in that area, it's
It's like
pretty
100 here
darn
right
hot.
now.
Yeah, it's 100 where you guys are. I mean, it's hard because that's the thing about Vallejo. The weather here is perfect most of the year,
Yeah.
and you just got to deal with sometimes people get shot.
Okay.
So,
Just
but
don't be those people and you're good.
so it's like pow pow. Oh man, that almost got me. But feel that breeze, like that night, like it's sunny, but just a lovely. It's a cold breeze. This is great. Woo woo. Get down. Like no, this is. I like the air quality here. This is lovely. And so yeah, the weather here is always nice. It's like kind of overcast in the morning, like 60, and then burns off around 11 in the morning, and then it's like nice through the afternoon, then it starts to get a little bit chilly again at night, and you're good to go because we're by the water. So it's the
Nice.
trade-off. Yeah, geographically, weather-wise, pretty fantastic. Everything else, not the best.
Yeah,
You're
I
gonna
guess you
eat
would know.
you're gonna
You've
eat
been.
some potholes driving around town. You're gonna just take
Oh,
them.
for
You're gonna take
sure.
those potholes on the. You gotta know where those potholes are. You don't know where those potholes are, you shouldn't be driving in the city anyway. So your Tesla should know where the potholes are in this hood little town. So yes, to answer in the longest winded way possible, I am from Vallejo.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for
You're
listening. Have a
welcome.
great night.
Yeah, no problem at all. I'm glad it came to that. I'm glad we were able to do 45 minutes just on.
It wouldn't be the first
Mostly
time.
not a question that you asked, even. It was just everything else. It was just, oh, you asked something about places. All right, I should talk about places that I've been.
I mean, if you want, you can come up with bits. It's fine. It's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, no, we're spitballing here. We're
I did
thinking
this.
out
I did this
loud.
bit about Vallejo.
Yeah. Oh God, it's like everything I do, I come up with a new Vallejo joke to open up or a new NorCal joke. I'm trying to work on a bit now about the word saying hella.
Oh,
I love hella.
Oh yeah,
Hella
I love
love
saying
it.
hella. It's so universal. It means there's so many synonyms for hella, but also I don't know of many that are better than hella. And like, what do people say everywhere else? Because they're like, oh, that's such a NorCal thing to say. I'm like, what do you say when you're talking about? What do you say? A lot of? You fucking square? What are we doing?
On the East Coast, I don't know. I mean, about now, but I know at one point the word was mad for a lot. Like that's mad wicked.
Yeah, mad or
Mad
wicked.
wicked.
It's mad wicked. You just use two. That's hella. That's hella mad wicked.
Freaking stuff too.
That's mad wicked, yo.
That's hella mad wicked, yo. Yeah, no, mad and wicked. Okay, yeah, those are, I'd say, something that would make sense. But I mean, I guess mad and wicked would also count as like very, because that's the other thing, is it could mean like a surplus of something, or it could mean like with the aggressiveness of. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, she was hella mad. You know, you can't be like she was mad mad. No, that doesn't make any sense. Like she was wicked mad. I mean that makes sense a little bit, but definitely don't say mad mad. People are gonna think you're having a stroke. That's not good.
There's a movie actually with that title. It's Mad. It's like 6 minutes. Anyway, it's a
Mad
good movie.
mad 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 mad.
Mad World.
That's it.
Yeah, but the last
Oh,
world is world. That's what is world.
okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough. That's
Yeah.
I have not seen or heard of it, but no, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out all the different ways that people would say hella and what they think and just kind of what it says about them geographically or just person wise. You know, what are
Yeah.
some, yeah, what else? You don't say a lot of. A whole bunch. People might say that.
A
A whole
shitload.
bunch. A shitload.
Ew.
All
That's what they
kinds
say.
of.
Sounds so gross.
I've heard all kinds of, but that's situational, right? Because you can be like, there was hella people at that party, and I'd be like, where is that party? Let's go. But you could be like, there was all kinds of people at that party. I'm like, what do you mean by that? I don't know
What
if we can be
kinds?
friends.
What kinds of people are there exactly?
Yeah, exactly. Why would you say that specifically? There are all kinds of people. Like, what are there kinds of people you wish weren't at the party? Like, what are we actually talking about here? So yeah, all kinds of that's a weird one, I think for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna iron it down. It's gonna be another word bit. I'm gonna get locked into writing a lot of word bits and shit like that.
It'll happen. It'll happen for you
It will.
when it's ready.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, so at one point I remember you saying that you kind of grew up in comedy and you were pretty young when
Yeah.
you started comedy. How did you start your interest in comedy and pursue it?
I was 8. My parents were watching George Carlin on one night, and I came out of bed and I was like, "What's that?" And they're like, "Don't even worry about it. Go back to bed. You can't watch this. Absolutely not. You cannot watch this." I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "It's too adult. You can't watch this. He talks about like dirty stuff and everything and says dirty words." I'm like, "That sounds awesome." They're like, "That's
That
no."
does sound awesome.
I'm like, that sounds great. That's it. And you guys just watch it. He doesn't, because I mean, I'm 8, so like music made sense to me. Like I understood bands. Like I'd been to concerts and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, like people play music, but I'd never seen just one person talking. Like you're not even singing. Like this, what does he do? So I was just perplexed, and they wouldn't tell me what it was because they didn't want. They were just like, no, 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 don't ask too many questions about this. So my 4th grade teacher, I was asked her and I was like, what was going on? She's like, oh, he's a comedian. He gets paid to tell jokes for a living. He's funny like you are. And I was like, oh man, okay. So
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't, I was like, you just talk and be silly and funny. And she's like, if you're really good at it, yeah, people will pay you to do it. And so, and then in the next year in 5th grade, we had a talent show and for my school. And she was like, you should write jokes, do 5 minutes of jokes and see what happens. And I do a joke about it where it was just like in the talent show, there was a lot of kids, but the joke is all of them were singing 2 songs because they didn't approve a lot of songs for kids to sing if you wanted to sing because it's elementary school. They don't want you singing too many things because there's suggestion in every fun song. So they had to really like narrow their vetting process. So it was like 2 songs. It was like Living La Vida Loca and What a Girl Wants. Those are the big ones that were like on loop over and over and over again. And there was a magician who messed up his trick and it was so funny. It was hilarious. It like ruined that kid's, that was for sure like a trauma moment. Absolutely. That happened in real time. That kid messing up his tricks. Oh God. It was so funny. I laughed really loud too. I'm probably like a fundamental, oh yeah, no, I probably messed that poor kid up. But I killed. Yeah, I had a killer set. The parents were just happy that I was doing anything other than singing a song or do it. They were just like, oh, thank God, like breath of fresh air. Here comes this kid. He's gonna do jokes. Let's go. And it was a couple of jokes, a few impressions, and then that was it. And they were kind of inappropriate impressions. It was like mostly like impressions from the Austin Powers movie because that was
Dang.
that was like the biggest. Those were the big comedies at the time. So yeah, no, there was some impressions, and that was that. And I did pretty well in the competition. But then from then on, all the yard duties loved me because all the yard duties came.
And so, man, those adults who were just kind of hanging out all day outside while everybody else was educating, they were like, "You funny, you a silly ass little kid. Like, you said a bunch of silly, my little comedian. You said all kinds of funny, like, you do your thing." And I was like, "Thanks, I will." And so from then on, I was just religious about it. That was like in the Comedy Central Presents days, where it was they had the Comedy Central half hours.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, with the super corny intro. If I ever do anything for Comedy Central, my condition is going to be like, I want to do the half hour like it was in the 90s. I want the same exact corny, like boom, 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 like that trumpety, corny intro from New York City, like that. I want the black bars on the side of the screen. Like, let's take it back to the square. And then I want a set behind me, not just now they just have like a panel of like an electronic with their name on it. So that way they could film a bunch. And it's like, cowards, come on, put in some elbow grease. Fuck this. So, I want to do like an old school one. If I would ever do anything for Comedy Central, that would be the first thing. I'd be like, this is what I want to do. I want you to go full 90s on me, because people would love that, and that would be dope as shit. Oh, yeah, my inner child would lose his mind. Because that was like, I had the VHS tapes that were like 6 hours long and 8 hours long, right? I didn't understand how you could put so much stuff on those VHSs, but most movies ran for like an hour and a half and everything. And I was like, but they look the same. I was dumb. I still don't know how things work. And so, yeah, I'd fill those up with the stand-up that was on Comedy Central.
Oh, wow,
and BET too. It was all about Comic View. That was when like Bruce was hosting, and sometimes they would show like the old school ones with Bernie Mac. I remember seeing that and being like, oh my God, like I would shit my pants. Also, I really want those pants. I want the pants that he wore with his face airbrushed on the quad. Like, that's what he wore. He wore a ridiculous shirt with multiple patterns on the shirt, and then he had jeans with a airbrushed his face. Like, I want those pants. I tried to get somebody to airbrush his face on the pair of jeans for me, the same, and there was like 3 airbrush people I went through, and they were like, it's not going to be the same. And I'm like, no, it's got to be the same. I can't have it kind of look like Bernie Mac, because then people are going to be like, why is there just a random black guy on your thigh? And I'm like, no, man, you understand. It's not, it's racist squint. If you have to, it's racist if you have to explain it.
Tilt your head to the left a little bit. See Bernie Mac? You see him?
Yeah. So I really want those pants, and I want to wear them for a special, or maybe I'll do a special where like it's my face.
It should be your face.
It's my face, because that's like, it's such a weird thing. I've also thought about, because I can't really grow a beard. Like, it's awful and it takes forever and it looks real pubic-y. But if it's just not fun, man. It looks terrible. If I have a mustache, I look like, Spike, Snoopy's cousin from Peanuts?
Oh my God.
That lives in the cactus. I look like him if I have a mustache. It's just strands of hair loosely hanging just straight over my lips. And I'm like, this is the worst. How do people grow beards? I don't know how this happens. And so I always thought if I could get to a point, maybe like later in life, where I am able to grow a beard or anything, doing one special with a beard and calling it the one where he has a beard. And then the rest, for the rest of my life, clean shaven. Just doing one where it's like, no, it's the one where he had a beard.
Oh my God, we were just watching this episode of his show where they're jumping timelines, and in this timeline they were all evil, so they all had a goatee.
But they were fake goatees that they made so they could show that they were evil.
What? Yeah, why is it about a goatee? I don't know. If it's not on Stone Cold Steve Austin, we don't trust it.
No.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't trust just an honest man with a goatee. Absolutely not. You shouldn't, except for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
It's true. Even though I still don't trust me either. So we're good.
I mean, yeah, you're kind of rocking the goat a little bit, but I mean,
I mostly like chin though. I'm mostly like chin.
It's mostly chin. So yeah, I think
if I had my If I had my way, I would keep the mustache shaved. I just lazy sometimes.
Yeah, see, like you got more of a padding down here, so I feel like
Is that called
you're the
something
rare
else?
exception.
Is that a
I
different
don't know.
name?
I think now you're getting into beard territory. If you've got more down
But I guess you're
here,
the wrong person to ask.
Oh,
it's an I'm
dang.
not. I am
Dang.
precisely the incorrect person to ask on facial hair, anything or etiquette. Like I shaved 2 days ago and this is what happened. Like it's dear Lord. So yeah, you're a rare exception as far as like you're such a nice person. I don't even register that you have a goatee.
Well, that's good.
I
That's
don't see
good.
facial
It
hair.
bypasses it. Yeah, it's like
It's
how
like-
some people don't see color. It's like I don't see facial hair. I think I look at the human behind the facial hair. I don't even see eyebrows. That's how forward thinking I am. You're just beautiful skin.
Oh, interesting. We all look like Jean-Luc Picard.
Yes.
I don't see hair either.
Absolutely.
Engage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hey, so when you did the talent show in 5th grade and you were kind of
Yeah.
getting into comedy, did you keep doing it and as a child?
Not as a kid, no. I mean, at that point, I just didn't know what to do. I
Yeah,
thought it was
I can
just
see
like,
that.
oh, I like this. But my dad was very much just like, you should like do like a real thing and then do that on the side. And I'm like what? I don't know. And so when I graduated from high school, I was going to a community college. And at first I was, I guess you could say, loosely majoring in kinesiology just to like do something in like the physical therapy maybe field. Because I was at that point, I was really into health and fitness too. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I could do something like this. I don't know how it works. Like I was not excited about it. And, but then shortly after I graduated, I saw that there was an open mic at a comedy club in Fairfield, which is only like 15 minutes away from
that's cool.
where I lived at the time. And so I was like, oh, I'll go on a Wednesday. I'll bring all of my friends and tell them to laugh. And then if I suck, tell me that afterwards. But I couldn't take it not going well the first time.
And if you
Like-
sucked, then nobody would know because people would be laughing.
Exactly. So I'm just like, just like, come, please laugh anyway. But like, if I suck, just pull me aside afterwards and be like, that was really good. I'm glad you got that out. You know what I mean, it's good to cleanse yourself of that. Scratch the itch. Know that it's gone now. Like, don't do something else. But afterwards, everybody was like, "No, it was really funny. We actually really enjoyed it." And then I went back the next week with nobody and bombed my dick off. And I was like, "This is it. This is it." Weirdly, the bomb is what perplexed me. Because all my friends were like, oh, it was really, really funny. And even the guy who was hosting was like, it was really, really funny. And I've been hosting this for a while and it's really funny. And I would tell you if you sucked and you definitely got a lot going for you that is good. And I was like, yeah. And then just chomped down on a dick the next week.
Damn.
And I was like, oh, well, it's okay. So it's different every time. Like your set doesn't necessarily have to be different every time, but I mean, you're going to have a higher success rate if you can make it malleable because the show's never going to be the same. It's always like playing a different puzzle. And so I was like, oh, perfect. This seems like some place where I could like dispense the narcissism that's just been layered into my soul from generation after generation in my family. I can have a healthy outlet doing it here. I like writing jokes. I like it when people are happy when they like my jokes. This seems like a good fit. Let's go ahead and do this. But then I stayed in community college for like another 2 years and just took stuff that I thought would help. So I took every English class I could shake a stick at. I took creative writing. I took debate, public speaking, human psychology. So just things that I'm like, I feel like this makes sense. Like these should help. I should know the language that I'm going to be doing stand-up in like the back of my hand, inside and out. And then what am I doing like up there? So everything seemed to have like a parallel to being better at doing stand-up. Yeah. And I was like 3 or 4 units away from getting some minor degree in something. I think maybe English. I might have been really close to an English degree because I was taking so many English classes. They were like, you just got to take this math class. And I was like, I'm not doing that. It was a math class away from a degree in English. And I was like, nah,
And then I just walked right away from it and
You're
just
like,
went.
I'm here for a degree in comedy.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. That's like a goal of mine now, long term in my lifetime, is I want to make it where you can go to college and you can get a degree in stand up. Like you gotta, there's degrees in all kinds of stuff. And why shouldn't it make sense that you could have like a curriculum that should be conducive to you getting some type of degree in stand up? So I don't know how that you make that a thing, but at some point I'm sure I'll get around to trying to find out how to make it a thing. That way I could be like, got you motherfuckers. See, all you who are like, get a real job. We're here. We're real now. Like it's a real one. Eat a dick.
You know what's funny is you said that when you first wanted to do stand up, your dad said get a real job, and now your life goal is to turn that into a real job.
Yeah, to legitimate, because unless everybody's definition of success is where they watch comedy. Most of the people watch it on Netflix. So like, when are you getting a Netflix special? When are you getting an HBO special? When are you going to be on this thing I watched online? Like their lens is just on their world, and that's what they measure success by. And so if it's not that, they're super quick to just dismiss it and just be like, "You still doing your little skits?"
Yeah.
Like, your stories, right? I remember I saw you 10 years ago and you were doing your stories at the fair, and so yeah, they're so quick to just dismiss it or talk about your plan B or your this, that, and the other. And that sucks. It's as much of a, I may not have student loan debt, but I've got life debt from just trying to figure this shit out, I mean, so no matter I was talking to a friend about this who I went to high school with, and we very much kind of went both towards our passion, but we went the opposite way to do it. Like hers was very much so she needed to go through years of college and spend a lot of money to get her degree to do what she wanted to do. And she worked her ass off and just turned the blinders off. And, I don't know how much fun she had early on in life. And she said not a lot when I hung out with her recently. And I was in my 20s going cross country in the car with guys in their 50s who were bitching to me about being on their third marriage and going to do this gig and then that gig. And then that was my whole 20s, was just time in the car with guys like that and OGs on the road and just road dogging it, sleeping at rest stops, figuring out everything in between, so that's how I spent my time. And we both talked about it, and I told her, I was like, hey man, like it seems like you're at a point where you kind of want to change what you're doing in your life, because this didn't pan out the way you thought it was going to. From my side of things, somebody who did the thing they wanted to do, that was hard too. So it's like, no matter what, we always want to think that it's going to be easier if I do blank. Not usually the case. No matter what, it's the game you play. It's like, all right, do you want to play the comedian game? It's going to be hard. If you want to play it like forever, yeah, it's going to have its own ebbs and flows. But so does the doctor game and the lawyer game and the nurse game and the veterinarian game. Like they've all got weird things and high highs and low lows, but it's just a matter of the game you're playing. So I mean, it's hard to go after something that you want to go after. So that's where I tell people, like, just do it. If it's gonna be hard and it's gonna suck like half the time anyway, you might as well just do it. People see me at the shows. They're like, this is so great. You get to do this for a living. I'm like, it's fantastic, but you guys get to see that. I perform for free. You pay me to be away from my family. You pay me to travel. Like, I mean, the performance is the icing on the cake. This is dessert. This is fantastic. I had to drive for 3 days to get here, get set up at the Airbnb, figure out a time to write, figure out a time to edit, manage my social media, do this. And there's so many things that are work for this job that aren't the most fun part of the process. And then there's parts that are. So, I mean, no matter what you do, it's going to be hard. It's going to be kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. So just do it anyway. Do the thing you want to do. Who gives a shit?
Hell yeah. That's amazing.
Hell yeah. Well, I love all of the really cool words you just dispensed to us. It kind of reminds me of like how you run Green Room Talk.
Yes, I that was something that was during the pandemic. I saw a lot of comics not having the best time. And so it started from a place of just like, I wish that entertainers had somebody to talk to who gets it. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's a different type of lifestyle that we've chosen. There's a lot of aspects to this side of the work world where people don't get it.
Yeah.
And having somebody, just having a comic be like, oh yeah, no, I've been there. Sucks. Like, just that is so inviting and feels so warm and really helps a lot. Takes some of the edge off, takes some of the weight off your shoulders with some of the things. But yeah, there's just a lot of it that people don't think about. And so during the pandemic, it was hard because, these are my people and they're like, you're not essential. It's like, fuck you. We're not essential. Absolutely not. And so it started as like, I wanted to just be someplace where we could like talk. And then it quickly became, well, could we talk about like jokes too and like stuff I'm doing? Because I feel like I'm not doing anything. And so comics just kind of felt like they were spinning the wheels, just bitching. I'm like, yeah, man, I love writing jokes with people. So let's just go ahead. And then it turned out comics were really, really getting a lot out of the writing. So then I was like, all right, well, I sat on the idea for like a year. And then I had a reading with you where you helped Spirit vocalize to me that they're like, you need to get shit together and pull the trigger on this now or it ain't gonna happen. And trust me, like you could not do that and that's fine and then it'll be okay. But it's pretty dope. The shit that happens if you decide to go this way, it's gonna be a bitch, but you can do it. And I was like, okay, fair enough. And so I pulled the trigger on it. And it's just been a wild ride of, getting people to sign up and helping them out with their writing. Now it's really become a focus on the writing and how you're doing yourself on stage, what you're like off stage, the business side of things. We talk real numbers, this is how much you're going to be making at this stage. If you're doing a show on this night of the week, you should try and expect to work at a deal that looks something like this. If you're working out this deal where they take the bar in the door, you want to make sure that you get this much. And so we talk like real business numbers just to make sure you're not getting hosed. So that way, because this isn't stuff that anybody of us talk about. Like how much balls do you have to hang out at the comedy club on the weekend and then talk to the headliner at the bar and be like, so how much are you getting paid for this shit this week? Like that's such a weird, yeah, like it's just not something that unless you're super tight with a comic that just did the gig. Yeah, and even then the scale is going to be different for everybody depending on how well you draw. So that's a new thing in this that I'm learning by promoting my own shows, and how clubs look at it when you say you want to do an off night. Apparently it means they expect you to do almost all of the work. And it's like, well, then you better give me almost all of the door if I'm going to be doing almost all of the work. So that's a whole nother beast in and of itself. But we talk about stuff like that, and then I check in. There's comics who I've coached for months, and I'll be like, hey, when was the last time you went on a date with your wife? Well, I mean, I took her to the comedy show that I was doing. And there wasn't a show. There wasn't a show. When was the last time we went on a date? When it didn't have anything to do with stand-up comedy. It's probably been. All right, pull out your calendar tomorrow or next time you and your wife are sitting eating or whatever. Both of you pull out your calendar. Go on a date that isn't comedy. Go do something. Be a couple. Like, trust me. You like her? You want to keep her? I mean, yeah, she's a dude. Come on. It takes a certain kind of person to love a comic. You don't know what you're signing up for more times than not when you sign up to be with us, especially for long term, man. Especially to raise a family, dear Lord. So it's a lot, and to be able to manage that balance is really, really important. It's doable. Is it a pain in the ass? Yeah. Is it hard to do? Absolutely. Is it worth it? Every single second. So I check in now. I try and pay attention. We talk a little bit, a couple minutes in the beginning or maybe a couple minutes in, like, how are you doing actually? Like everything else, like your head okay? Like everything feels good? And most of the time they're like, yeah, sure, I'm good. And then sometimes they're just like, I don't know, I felt kind of funky after the show doing this thing, or I accomplished this goal and it just felt weird. And now I just kind of feel, I don't know, like I should be happier with my scenario and not still stressed out. And I'll talk to them about that. And we kind of break down that, because that's an aspect of the industry that post accomplishment depression, I believe, is what it's actually called. And it's a real
Wow.
thing. It's a real thing. When you
Yeah.
romanticize a goal for so long, like, and you put it up on this pedestal, and you've imagined a million different ways it could go where it's great. It can't possibly line up to all of those thoughts. And so inevitably you do the thing, you feel great, the sun comes up the next day, and you're like, oh man, this feels like a time when the credits would roll, and we're like, ta-da, but I gotta keep going. Like, I gotta do more shit. And it's like, yeah, what are you gonna do next? It's like, I don't know. So yeah, no, I think the lady who wrote Eat, Pray, Love, after her book like was on the New York Times bestsellers list, she got really depressed for a while and went through
Oh
it with that.
wow.
Yeah. So, because she's like, what do I do? Everybody loves this book, like, and they want another book. And I don't know what.
Eat,
I
pray,
don't
love
know.
too.
Yeah, like, and that's
Still
why people
eating.
go. But that's
Still
why
eating,
people.
still praying, still loving.
Yeah, man, they'll love it. They love eating, they love praying, and they love love.
Yeah.
Especially white people, when you put it with the words "live and laugh," they really love it. So yeah, man, it's a real thing, and that's something that I think that's a moment when comics can quickly turn to substance abuse.
Yeah.
You know, and I've lost comics that I've known to substance abuse because of that aspect of the industry. They get depressed. They come down after shows. You don't know what to do, because you got to have something to disengage after your shows, or to lose your mind. Like, I mean, because you're so jacked up with the adrenaline. You just did this great show, and everybody was laughing at you, and you were killing. And then you got off stage, and everybody wanted to take their picture with you, and you were signing stuff and selling stuff, and they bought you a drink, and you took a picture, and you sang the song at the bar with everybody. And then you go back to your hotel room, and it's radio silence. And there's just nothing but you and the humming of the mini fridge next to the bed. So what do? There were years in my 20s where I was just up till 3 or 4 in the morning trying to figure out what to do with myself. And I totally get how you abuse substances, and thank God I never did. But then I would start to smoke a little bit of weed at night, and then I could pass out, and I could actually fall asleep, and I could actually, be functional. Now being a dad is a good, like, who gives a shit? You go do this Rocka show, I come home, I'm a dad again. It's like, there's shit to do. Who gives it? No one cares. Like, so having that, situation where if you can figuratively, like, take the cape off, hang it up, put the dad hat on, or put the husband hat on, or do a puzzle, like, do something that completely brings you back down to earth. Otherwise, if you want to sleep, then hanging out where it's high up here for too long is just you'll get to do a show again, but not sleeping is gonna mess up the rest of your day and might throw some of your business side of things off, at least for me anyway. So yeah, no, that's an aspect that I try and check in with comics on when we're doing the coaching and things like that. But right now it's just trying to help comics figure their stuff out if they're serious about this being a business and they want to have a career doing stand-up comedy. Then we are trying to work with people to be like, all right, well, let's teach you how to write jokes well and fast, so that way you can keep turning out new material constantly, especially in the day and age of social media nowadays. You got to have something new almost every year, it's looking like, which is cool. The UK and Australia, they've been doing it that way with their stand-up for a long time, where it's just every year it's expected you just come out with a new hour. So it's cool that's finally starting to catch up here, where it's just like, yeah, so what's the new shit that you're spinning out? So put it all out there, see what happens. So yeah,
That's crazy.
Just trying to help people be funny for money.
I love it. I love the kind of intermingling the life coaching along with, comedy coaching as well, because like you said, it is a really important, like, resource for people, especially not just speaking on my own personal experience, but a lot of comedians, they don't really have that background support.
No.
So having someone that they can, like, connect with after those kind of events, or just for coaching, and just feel like they have somebody that they are in a no judgment zone type deal, it's such an invaluable resource.
Yeah.
I'm my wife for other comics. That's who I am.
like, because I bounce everything off of her. She gives me the space to play creatively. She has good ideas. She knows when to steer me certain ways. As far as the business side, she thinks things through. She can see from the outside what things look best and helps me weigh out options so that way I can make the best choice. So I am for other comics essentially what my wife is for me. And when it's
Love
shitty,
it.
they're there. She's there to be like, this sucks. I'm sorry. But man, good on you for getting through it. And if I have a set where I get some bad news right before I go on stage and I just got to autopilot and get through it, it's very emotionally taxing. She's there to talk about it afterwards and just kind of be there to be like, I know, yeah, it sucks. I'm sorry. It's really, really unfortunate. So yeah, like, I mean, that's essentially everyone should have a version of her if you're going to be in this
Love
industry.
her.
That's amazing
And
though, how you can kind of like take what she has to offer in that way and then
yeah,
translate it to the other comics. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
yeah, absolutely. So I mean, it's very helpful. I mean,
And then
seems
one
like people
thing
who've done it have been very
one
happy
thing
about it.
you used, for example, was like, hey, take your wife out for dinner, take her on a
Yeah,
date. It's not comedy. And I
yeah,
think that's very important because a lot of people don't even think about that kind of stuff. They get caught up in the comedy, like the comedy show, and they don't even think about it. Like for us,
yeah,
like it's not really that big of a deal because we're both into it. It's both of our
yes,
passion, right? But for somebody who's with a partner that isn't in that comedy mindset, I could see how that could be a problem. And then where the comic kind of just doesn't even consider
oh yeah, man. You know how many bad comedy shows Heather has sat through
it.
just to get to me at like the end where, oh my God, there was like a string for like a year or so where I was doing just a lot of local stuff. And then when I was on the road, they would have like 3 or 4 local comics before me. And she just is a soldier for sitting in the back and just, oh God. She has by far sat through more bad comedy live than she has sat through good comedy live.
Wow.
I can tell you that much. So yeah, you got to be a good soldier, man. I mean, it's not picnic for everybody all the time. And I think we just get blinded because we're like, well, this is a cool job. So I mean, it's like cool, the energy and everything. Yeah, it is for a while, but then after a while, if they're not in and a part of the process of you writing and turning out new jokes, because that's why she's invested too. She's like, no, we talked about this joke and I want to see how it does. And then we talk about it afterwards and just like, oh, maybe it seemed like they tightened up on this part, maybe you say this instead, or think what's another thing we could think about. And so yeah, it's like a whole process and she's in on that process, but she's got to sit through a bunch of bullshit to get to that part, and but then there's sometimes where I'm opening for somebody who we're fans of and we're just like, oh, this is super duper cool, and then we get to hang out with them after, and so that's cool. So but yeah, no, you gotta have something, and I think that's across any, if you have like a semi weird job where it's like fun to do it, I don't know if you're an event planner or you own a nightclub or something, you think that like bringing your significant other to the place where you work because it's fun makes it a date. And it might a little bit in the early stages in your relationship, but later on, you better play a different song, homie. Like, what are we doing? So go do a paint night or an escape room or something. Like, go do something fun that you're not accustomed to doing. Do something new together as much as you can, so that's the thing that's going to make sure you like. I've been thinking about this recently where it's just like, if we can get super philosophical, right?
Yeah.
Like love is pretty universal and it's kind of the glue that holds us all together. But as far as like relationships go, I think one of the stronger emotions for longevity is liking. Because you can love people from afar. You can have love for people if you're not like with them anymore romantically. I feel like a lot of kids who are products of divorce hear that where it's like, oh, I still love your dad or I still love your mom, but we don't like each other like that anymore. And so there's something to be said about like, yeah, I have the love for you there. Yeah, the attraction is there. But are you excited to be like, you want to go see the Barbie movie? And you're like, fuck yeah. Like you got to be able to like each other. And so lately I've just been like,
yeah, that seems really paramount. If it's probably just as important, I think, as loving somebody unconditionally is also liking them. It's really important. You can have love for somebody but not like them. I mean, there's plenty of family members and things that sometimes have to go that way, where it's like, I love you, but I just really don't like what you're doing and how you act most of the time. Unfortunately, your default setting is what I don't like. So if there was a factory reset where we could just try again, I would hit that button in a heartbeat. But we're kind of stuck, unfortunately, it seems, with this. So yeah, no, it seems to me like, because yeah, you guys like each other, like you like
most of the time,
yeah, just hanging out. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, like anything from hanging out to doing something fun, or like something cool happens in your life where you're by yourself. Who's the first person that you want to go run and tell? That person, because you like them. Like, no, I'm going to tell you, because why would I tell anybody else?
Some of the best parts are just us traveling to shows together and talking about, might try this, might do this, we're gonna see this person. That's so exciting. Things like that. It's fun.
Absolutely. So yeah, no, I think there's a lot of stock in liking somebody as much. So people will get real caught up in all of the love, and I'm like, that's good. You should have that. That's absolutely important. Because if otherwise it's just a homie. If you don't really love them, but you like them like a little bit, I guess. But yeah, if you're gonna have the love, you got to have the like too, I think.
Yeah. They definitely go together.
They do.
So where can people find more information on Green Room Talk?
greenroomtalk.org. For right now, we're trying to do like this thing where it's like an online university, we're calling it, where you can get like a little certification thing after you complete a course with us. And I'm trying to figure out the courses and who's going to run curriculums and things like that. So at some point it might be grtu.com or something. We'll see what's up. But for right now, greenroomtalk.org is where they can find out more information on comedy coaching and all that fun stuff.
Hell yeah. So Myles, you mentioned a couple of times you become a father recently in the past year or so. Tell us about fatherhood.
It's great. It's the best. And not just because you're supposed to say that. Otherwise, people think poorly of you. Because I talked to a friend of mine the other day on the phone, and he was just like, how's fatherhood? I'm like, it's the best. He's like, you have to say that. And I was like, no, man, like it is. Like, I mean it. Like, and I vehemently did not want children when I was in my 20s. I was like, no, I don't want kids. It's not going to be a thing.
Was it because your comedy lifestyle?
I feel like that was part of it. And then I just had a rough relationship with my dad, and I was like, I don't want to do that to a person. And then I got to a point where I started working on myself, and it's like, you could just not, I mean, you could just not be that way. Like, how that sucks. Don't do that. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's fascinating. But then also being with, my wife, being with her, I was like, oh, you'd be a dope mom. Like, that would be cool to see, actually. Like, I'd get a front row seat to that. Yeah, no, I'm down for that. And I just kind of started working on my own stuff and grew up a little bit. And then I was like, okay, yeah, no, let's give it a go. And then very quickly we are here now with a toddler. And so yeah, I'm just like, okay, perfect. It was meant to be. There we go. And yeah, it's been fantastic. I think it's a thing that for people who don't have kids, it feels rude and disrespectful of the whole act of raising a kid to try and put into words what it's like, because there just aren't words. You just have to feel the kid has to be there, and then that feeling that you get now of your heart living outside your body is really it. But I equate the lives of living to like, what kind of amusement park do you like? Because I feel like people who don't want kids, there's a lot of aspect of their life where it's like, I like more like the Disneyland rides. Those rides tell me a story. They're fun. There's some ups and downs, some jolts, a lot of good times here, but it's not going to be all over the place all the time. I mean, like things stay pretty manageable, but also very fun. And there are stresses that I don't have to deal with, which is great. And so that's a type of amusement park if you're a person that doesn't want kids, and that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think if you decide to be a parent, you're like, I like roller coasters. Like, I want you to take me all the way up. I want you to spin me around as much as you possibly can. And we're going to go diagonally and we're going to drop. Then I'm going to feel like I'm going to die. And then I'm going to want to throw up sometimes. But then there's going to be these moments where I'm going to feel like I'm flying. And it's going to be the coolest thing. And then I'm going to feel like I'm going to die real quick. And then it's going to be the best. So it's just like you're committing your life now to a whole different set of high highs and low lows. It's widening that barometer for what it means to go all the way up and all the way down, as opposed to not having kids, where, you know, things seem a little bit more in your control. But when you got a person, a new human being that you're responsible for in that manner, and it's your job to try and raise them and show them how things work and how to be a good person, then you're kind of committed to a lifetime of at least checking in and being like, how you doing? I have a feeling about that. Like, that's kind of, that's always how it's going to be. You got something that's going to take up space rent free in your head for the rest of your life. Now you're always, if they're not there, you're going to be like, hope they're not dead. Really, it'd be super duper cool if they're still alive, and then they call you and you're like, holy shit, you're doing it. Like, you're not dead yet. I am amazed because I am dumb. And I think it's the other reason why people say they don't want kids. They're just like, no, I wouldn't know what I'm doing. And it's like, none of us do. That's the big secret. That's the big secret that nobody tells you, is nobody who's ever had a kid knew what they were doing. Mm-hmm. You can't. You can read the books and it helps. You can go to classes and it helps. All those things help. You're going to have a human that no one else has ever had. Exactly. You got a new person showing up, and I don't know who this guy is sleeping on the other side of this wall. I don't know who he is. I got an idea. So far, he seems really cool. But like, he's becoming a person with like opinions and things like that. And so, yeah, it's a wild, weird ride, but it's the best. It's the best. I wouldn't change it for anything. It's absolutely fantastic. He's a cool kid.
He is.
Yeah.
I can personally say he is a pretty damn cool kid.
He is.
Hell yeah.
You're right. Heather is an amazing mother.
She is. She's the best. That's the other thing, man. Is just getting to watch her be a mom all the time. I'm just like, oh, you're killing the game. Or when I go out I've been around most of his life. I've been extremely fortunate that I've been able to be around most of his life so far, and I'm going to try as hard as I can to keep it that way. Mm-hmm. But when I go away for a few days and I come back, it's like whatever she's done with him, she's like turbocharged him. Like he knew 1, 2, 3, and then I go away for 5 days, and then he's up to 10. Now he's counting to 20. He loves counting to 20. So yeah, it just, there's always a new thing that I'm just like, okay, whatever you're doing with them, goodness gracious, man. Like, so she's killing it, and she's extremely patient. She's so patient with him. Mm-hmm. I think like last month was the first time, like, he was down for a nap and I came in and she was having a little breakdown, and I was like, what's wrong? She was like, I was at the store and I yelled at him. And I'm like, what did you say? And she's like, he was standing up in the cart and he wouldn't sit down and he almost fell, and I got upset and I yelled at him and I told him he couldn't do that. And I'm like, okay, so he almost died a little, kind of. And then you were like, hey, don't die. That for many reasons that I don't have time to explain in this moment right now. And then afterwards, did you feel bad? And you're like, I'm sorry. And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. Dude, he's gonna try and kill himself accidentally sometimes, and you gotta be like, hey. Like, so I mean, she just doesn't have that dad voice octave. Like, he just kind of looks at her and laughs. So because she's so sweet. But yeah, that was like when he was 18 months, 19 months. I mean, that's the first time that she's been like, oh, what did I do? And it's like, trust me, he's not going to need therapy, because he's like, when I was 1, I was standing in the cart and She yelled at me because she thought I was gonna die. Fascinating. Let's expand on that. There's not really much to expand on. I had a new brain. I don't remember much.
And I did almost fall.
And I did, in fact, almost fall. I did. It would have been a whole mess of a lot of things. All kinds of bad things.
Oh my goodness.
All kinds of. But no, she's killing the game. She is an absolutely fantastic mother, and she's great with kids. So it's a privilege to get to watch her parent.
I agree.
Hell yeah. That is awesome. That is awesome. Do you have anything like in the works, any projects or anything you're working on coming up?
Dear Lord. Yeah. I mean,
too many.
Yeah, I got the path down, but I'm just doing too much. But I mean, I guess that's what we do now is too much.
Yeah.
You guys were there for when I recorded my last special, my latest
Absolutely.
one.
Hell yeah.
So you were there when I recorded that. I just finished editing that today.
Ooh.
So that is done. It will probably be out in the next couple of weeks here on YouTube in its entirety.
Yeah.
So it's a little under an hour of some new material. And yeah, it's definitely a project that, I'm very invested in. It's a very different type of special. The last 20 minutes, we kind of get a little intuitive with what's been going on in my family for generations, and it's very introspective. And then the last 5 minutes, we all fall off of a cliff that people apparently need lubing up for before. Because otherwise they just stare at you blankly like, oh, this took a turn. So yeah, there's the last 5 minutes we really go off a cliff, and you just got to hang with me because we land somewhere nice. But that's getting ready to come out, and so far I've been releasing clips of it online, and they've been received very well.
Excellent.
In particular, there was a bit I worked really, really hard on that was about they them pronouns, and it is doing extremely well online right now. So I'm very, very grateful for that, because I worked hard on that, but now it's like, okay, if I work hard, good things will happen. But that means I gotta it took me 3 months to figure out how to do that bit, and then you gotta suck doing it for a while. That's the thing. Yes. People don't. They're like, oh man, this was, you should rap this. It was sped out so good. It's like, yeah, because I fucked it up 10 times at shows all the way up until that night. Even that night, there was a part that I fumbled over one word, and I still edited that part out. So nice. So yeah, I mean, it was really a lot to commit to memory, figure out the right order and everything like that. And so, but it was received very well online. And so now I'm just trying to figure out how to navigate my future material. And then I just had my second Dry Bar special came out on the Dry Bar Comedy app, which is exciting, and it's doing very well. I think right now I checked, it was in the top 5 on their specials.
We'll have to check that out.
Good. Yes, you can check that out. So that's up on the app. And then I've got another compilation, because now every year I'm going to try and come out with 2 sets for people, and I'm going to call them the Myles Weber mixtapes. So there will be an A side and a B side, hopefully every year. The A side is going to be pretty much just a set that I've written. It will skew more like PG-13, or skews more clean. As far as topically and cursing and things like that. And then I will have the B side every year that is going to be whatever I want it to be. Crowd work, compilations from when I'm on the road, because that's the thing, is once I burn through material, I have a few ideas I'm working on, but then I keep the best stuff from that last hour and then do crowd work as much as I possibly can. And at these shows, I've been recording all the crowd work, and there have been a couple where I'm oh, it's 15 minutes I'm talking to these people back and forth, and I'm oh, this is great. And so I'm just gonna compile those along with some stories and jokes that I'm working on right now that are probably more adult themed, I guess, and for people who kind of the dirtier stuff. So that way, if no matter what you I'll get you something. If you like something that's less dirty, I got you covered. If you like something that's more adult, I got you covered. So yeah, now I'm working on getting that compiled and releasing that in the next couple of months, realistically. So that way I've got more coming out online. So yeah, that's doing that, editing clips for myself and comics on social media, coaching comics, raising a family, rinse, wash, repeat. Groundhog Day.
Hell yeah.
A lot of stuff going on.
A lot of stuff going on. That's incredible.
Yes. Awesome. And a fall tour that I'm going all over the place for. So yeah, people can check out my website, mylesweber.com, and all the places that I'm going and coming and going this year. And then I'm starting to book up stuff for next year too. So it's very exciting. It's just a lot.
It is a lot.
It's good though. It's good though. You know, little Myles, young Myles would have been proud of you.
Absolutely. 1000%. Yeah, you know, the kid version, and that's something I got to remind myself of almost daily. It's just like, kid Myles is freaking the fuck out right now. You need to pick your chin up, man. Come on, what are we doing here? So yeah, man, always busy, and hopefully we'll be seeing you guys in person at some point soon.
Hell yeah,
hopefully soon. Hey, I know you're always busy, but thank you so much for making time with us today.
Thank you.
Of course, thanks for having me. Anytime, you guys. This was fun.
You want to plug your social media stuff?
Yes, follow me on social media at Myles Weber Joker on all the socials except for Facebook. Facebook, it's at Myles Funny. So yes, things have been going well on Facebook. Someone created a fake me account.
Oh wow, you made it.
I had to report. Wow. Thanks, I know. Yeah, I had to report a fake me account. Yeah, they were commenting on my stuff. They were like, yeah, they like came in and had my picture and everything, and they were leaving comments like, thanks for following me, message me or something and I'll make you smile. And they were like saying that on a bunch of things, a bunch of comments. And so I was just like, what the hell? And so I kind of reported them off the comments, and then Facebook was like, yeah, no, we're not going to do anything. And so then I had to report the profile. So now I'm waiting to see if they'll take it down. But I'm just like, why would I be? This doesn't make any sense.
That's like when Athena does her online, her Facebook readings.
Yeah.
And they come in and go, hey, come message me at this place, blah, blah, blah. I have blessings for you, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it's always so weird.
It is so weird and scammy.
Everybody's trying to fish for information because everybody's broke. Everybody's broke. It's hard out there. That's why shit's wild right now. Everybody's just like, oh my God. I'm like, pay people. Just give people money. Just print more fake money and give people money. And then a lot of this people can't afford to live anymore. So yeah, of course things are crazy right now. They have to be. Like if somebody said like you shouldn't have a job and be poor, and I'm like, that's
right.
That's
you shouldn't, but
you shouldn't.
You are
exactly
in this society.
Exactly. So yeah. I forgot what we were talking about, but
we were
follow me on social media. Follow me on social media because it's none of that talk. It's just jokes. It's just jokes. It's just jokes. That's my lane I've picked is jokes and crowd interactions.
Don't message the wrong one.
No, exactly. Yeah, don't be the wrong profile. Yeah, don't try and be me, man, online. Trust me. It's a lot of people calling you names most of the day. So you don't have to worry about that.
You can find me across the board at Funky Sam Medina.
And I'm at She Shines For You, all spelled out, no numbers.
And everything else is at Hypothetical Comedy. Thank you again, Myles.
Thank you. Love you guys.